Hope you're ready, because we are live. Wife. Have to set up the computer. Currently we have a Nova. Hello, future people.
Private party.
So what?
Private party.
Yeah. Whoa, there's people. Hello, Robert White, Hugo, Spastic Pug, Evan, Scott, Misty, Michelle, Line Cook, Nathan, Fondian, John C., Larry Hughes, Jesse Papa Bear, Robert White, DM Cash, Stacy Hawkins, Christopher Lazote, Line Cook Thor, Ross, Enigma, Christina Mente, Christina, I'll just say that. Kim Beatty, Brett Kennedy, David Gibson, Michelle Schulte, and Christina Manti. Thank you for helping me out. And Nana Fran 62, hello. And Christine Salvati. All right, I have to assemble myself a little bit so I can get on with the shop work. And when I say assemble myself, what I really mean is I got to clean off the table. I think many of you knew that. That was me almost tripping over my dog. They're very helpful.
So,
There are multiple big dogs around the shop. These two well-behaved hendies right now, this is Boris and Bella. And the one who was prowling around is Cheney. Boris has decided to steal Cheney's choo-choo.
your notifications are on.
Notifications are on. My apologies. Yeah. I kind of get notification noises a lot. Okay. Hello, 33 people. I have Hammer Time link go out, so I have some Hammer Time teeth laying around.
Hey, good deal, big dog. Glad you got your stuff. I am currently sending out tracking numbers. Your ships today. So, a good number of you who are getting packages from us. Air so soon.
This is what happens when resin dribbles out of your horn mold. Toss that.
Stuff's coming.
Okay.
Nathan Jones, did I see you on here?
I think I saw Nathan
Did you
Jones.
see Nathan Jones? Call
Yeah.
me. Nathan Jones. Nathan Jones. I'm sending you a tracking number, Nathan Jones.
Sweet, sweet tracking number.
Because you got stuff that's coming. Alright, there he is. He is here. Sending you a tracking number, sir. Rachel Powell. Hello, y'all. I'm going to pop in and say hi. I'll be watching a replay since I'm at a football game.
Hooray!
Stacy says it's okay, Alan. It happens to every dude at some point.
Well, horn dribble is no laughing matter.
Justin Viper, just want to say thank you again for Hocus Pocus Cages. Can't going to get back from vacay to maker.
So yeah, was that satisfactory? I feel like we sort of hit the nail on the head with that one. So I thought I would show you guys the Aztec-inspired Jaguar. I did change up the top of the head. I added more of those spots and I designated an area for it. I also left it out so it's a little firmer, and I will be able to really detail it out here shortly. And then it'll be molded.
Cinnamon, if I was going to do a Johnny Depp character, who would you supply for someone with limited space and spots?
Like, which one would I suggest you do? I think the easiest dress Johnny Depp character is probably Sweeney Todd. It's probably the easiest one. The hardest character is probably Jack Sparrow, even though there's more Jack Sparrow resources out there, but still tough to collect.
Okay, Nathan Jones, your tracking number has been sent. Christina Salati, hi. Hey, Christina. Ross says he has a Godzilla-esque smile.
He does. You're correct.
Oh, Greta UK. Says hi, Alan and Shannon. Thanks for your kind comments about my dragon video. Man, that was a...
Those were not kind comments. Those were accurate observations, sir. Those things are awesome.
What a lovely video that was. It was such a pleasure.
You can ask anybody. I may leave constructive criticism, but I don't just willy-nilly hand out kind comments. That's like not in my nature. And the joke is at dark hour, when someone does something really good, I say, that doesn't suck. And that's how I tell them it's really good.
Do you know what's funny about that, Graphy UK, is that I had not seen your video, and Alan said, have you seen Richard's video from England, Graphy UK? I said, no, I haven't had a chance to see it. He goes, go watch it. It'll make you so happy. And
Yeah.
he was right. It was the loveliest video. You're such a pleasure to listen to. And the dragon was awesome, but then after that, I really wanted to go and get some tea.
I enjoyed meeting your shop help.
Yeah, I like your shop help. Let's see. On the she has on the Johnny Depp, she says her friend is already doing Jack Sparrow.
Okay, so then I would do Sweeney Todd.
Shannon, look up the video of a otter who cannot sleep without holding a kitten. John C., I'll do it.
Not right now, she won't. Right now, she's working.
Right now, I gotta see
John C.
stuff. Do not time him out. Leave him alone.
All right, he's just. You may go on time. I'm just saying.
It says,
She needs
critique
focus.
comments build improvement. Willy-nilly fluff comments don't.
Yeah.
Hi from the beach. We're laying on the beach. You just got your notification, says Sarah Sunshine.
Well, that's awesome.
Stacy says, and Shannon told me the same thing, and she was right. So good. Yeah, it was a great video. What a pleasure.
This is where we shall work on the Minotaur. I think I want to raise him up a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and black him. If I black him, I mean base him out. Let's do that. While his face is drying, we will sand down his horns. You're not going to time anybody out yet. I'm just saying. You've got to watch yourself.
Christina says, I've been told to not do scary characters though, but I want to. Johnny Depp.
I would say that Sweeney Todd isn't scary. I see him as more being, he was a man of the times that he was brought up in. Meat was scarce, he did what he had to do.
Psycho Wax Man. Hey!
What? Hey, Psycho, good to see you on. Haven't seen you in a while.
Deep Space Brazil. This kind of looks spoils clothes a lot.
Oh, yes.
Julio in southern Brazil.
Yeah.
Julio, you are correct.
It does. It'll ruin the heck out of stuff.
This is Michael Laster. Sorry, I was making myself a dinner plate. Who am I talking out? No one, Michael. No.
Listen,
Remember who it was.
if John C. starts sending more kitten videos to Shannon, boy, it's hard to say timeout in Pig Latin. I'm te, alte?
Sebastian Lay says, me and my partner think we want to do a garage haunt.
Cool.
Grady UK says, thanks, I'll put another one when finished. Thanks, everybody. All very kind. Psycho Axeman. We missed you.
Have you, did you werewolf up, sir? Have you played a werewolf yet, much? Did he say it was getting close to Halloween? Is that what he said?
Yes.
It is getting close. I'm gonna go close the door.
Hugo says, hi Shannon, I'm buying a t-shirt. I observed the great generosity of you and Alan, but I asked you to not send anything besides a t-shirt. This will be proof of freight, customs, and taxes. Hugo, I gotta send you something.
Yeah, don't be surprised. There's some cockroaches in
Yeah, you gotta get something, Hugo.
there. Bonus cockroaches, Hugo.
This is in case of problems. I have to open a remote mailbox to facilitate future shipments. What about a sticker, Hugo? What about a sticker? Or a magnet? Can I do that? Psycho returns. Realms, hello.
Hey, Realms.
Hi, Linda Vito, Susan Atai. John C. The barbershop by me has no employees, but now I've been getting the best pulled pork sandwiches there recently.
Hooray!
Gross. Spastic Pug says,
Try a little
recently
priest.
watched the old Sweeney Todd film, probably the 40s, 50s, where Sweeney was played by a man named Todd Slump. Prehistoric Matt, hello.
Ichabod Crane would also be good. He was pretty quirky in that. Other than that, I don't really know of a lot of... Like, I'm not a big movie guy. I know, like, some movies. I'm more likely to know if there's a monster in it. Or sword fighting. Like, I know a lot about Beastmaster, because that's a classic. But if it's something that's not very interesting, like Gone with the Wind, then no.
Enigma. Alan, have you found a good reference book on par with Anatomy for Sculptors? That seems to be the best one I've ever found.
Yes. Let me...
And Anonymous Bat says hello.
There's a couple really good anatomy books. I'll tell you though, you are correct in that about half the time when I buy a book for reference, it's not as valuable as I had hoped it would be. I think that what we want pictures of and what we need pictures of are just out of a line of what most people need. A lot of the time when people ask me what my favorite sculpting tool is, I say a Google image search. Because it just is. Well, that's all the black paint I'm going to get. Just no more is coming out. Think about what you've done, black paint.
Stacy seconds to Bob Crane. Psycho X-Man. That Wolfman costume I got from you is going to be epic this year.
Yeah!
Hey, Joanne. Spastic says, I just like any weird movies, anything with monsters or interesting stories or ideas. Hello from Arkansas, Chris Gary Rose Elrod. Hello, welcome.
Psycho, I'll tell you an interesting tidbit about that costume. I had a message sent to me the other day, and they said, can you make a werewolf like this? And they sent me a picture of that, and I'm making it, but like my back is to the camera. I guess someone else sent them and said that's what they want. And it was me making it. So that's the second time that's happened where they said, can you make this? Like, well, I made that one.
It's me.
It's a me. It's a me, Yaskio.
Tom says, I finally took the flashing and eyes and mouth off of my promise to just use paint. Great.
Cool. Don't be scared. Just do it.
Cat Swift says, the 8-year-old scarecrow video popped up. Long hair, fairly spelled out.
Yeah, I used to be more streamlined. As I get older, I'm getting more aerodynamic. Which should mean I can go faster, right? No?
Stacy says, Mastio, where's Masato when you need
So yeah, I'm just making this Minotaur black.
That's Michelle's Minotaur, isn't it?
Yes, it is Michelle's Minotaur.
Michelle is on tonight.
Which I'm very excited. I can't wait to get this guy done. I think I make a Minotaur like every 3 or 4 years. And
Goes for Minotaur.
it's one of those perennials. I do it every couple of years. It comes around.
You just have to do it.
Yeah. I got to add a troll into the Wednesday lottery. See when that comes up.
Yes, Michelle's on tonight. Rome says, harder than I thought. I was so nervous to cut it.
Nah, just cut it up. Who cares? It's just latex. It'll be fine.
Big Dog asks, are we flocking tonight?
We may flock tonight. Let's see how tonight goes, and we'll see where we get. And if we get so far as to flock, then we flock.
Christina Mantle, if I do an Ichabod Crane, should I do steampunk goggles or get some or make them?
Well, right now, steampunk goggles are in all the Halloween shops. I would go to one of the Halloween shops and get yourself a set of the goggles. Then I would go to Harbor Freight, and they have like jeweler's loops that can attach to the side of the goggles, and you have all these lenses that can fold out because he had this real cool ocular thing. And I would print yourself out one of those birds in the cages illusions that he had on the string in the movie, because I think that'll help sell it. With Ichabod Crane, I think you would need a few more things to sell it to people, more than like Jack Sparrow, you know?
Prehistoric Matt, could you imagine living a life where you could say, I make a Minotaur every 4 years?
That's my life. That's what I do.
If one were to follow the Home Depot method of making latex paint, how much can one expect to spend for making about 12 different colors, 4 to 8 ounces each? Can you read that again?
Well, no. Okay. Here's where I tell you, my bottles come in tomorrow for me selling my latex mask paint. But also, they have the little sample sizes of paint. And if I recall, those sample sizes are like $5-6 each. And they will make plenty of paint, because you take that, and then you dump the paint into a container, and then you fill that up with latex, and you dump it into a container, You fill it up with distilled water, you dump it into a container. So it should cost you, let's say, $6 or $7 for the latex mask paint per color. Now have a black Minotaur. And I'm going to hit his horns with a little bit of sandpaper real quick, just to alter that texture. I like it.
Hello, Big Springson. Realm says it is a little big. I needed higher on my head, P-tip, so I was thinking about EVA foam in the head to make it fit. It's a little big in the head.
Honestly, I would just go with like upholstery foam. Get like a 1/2 inch or a 1 inch piece of upholstery foam and spray adhesive it up there in the top.
Spastic Hug says, not a hipster, not a nerd, I'm just a girl.
That's
Hey,
possible.
great house punts. Masato, there you are. Enigma says, I'm going to order it as soon as it goes on the website.
It's coming.
Hey,
Coming.
Lisa. Catso says, not just samples, check the mistakes area. I get 4 cans of mini basics, $1.50 to $3, plus I use a lot on my terrain.
Yes, yeah, you can. And you know what's awesome is that they always tint the color a little bit. It's very easy to find a flesh tone in the oops section. Like you won't find a good basic color, but you will find sky blue is easy to find, flesh tone is easy to find, and diarrhea brown, very easy to find. Okay, I like that. And why don't we hit these horns while waiting on the face to dry? Things are going to take a little bit longer to dry tonight. Texas is very humid right now.
What is the pipe on the table?
It's a pipe on the table. It's a feeling so strong. There's a pipe on the table. Is it this? Is this the pipe you're speaking of? I hope it is.
Hello, Edson. John C. says, I've been watching a bunch of wardrobe quick change videos lately, where a hidden assistant pulls off the first costume. Any interest in using the concept as a quick haunt scene?
So, yes. But also, I have gone down rabbit holes and doing some experimentation. If you've ever watched Chinese mask changing videos, where they'll just like turn their head real quick and their whole face mask has changed. Yeah, I find that to be super interesting, and there's stuff we can do with that for sure. I was going to paint these pornos. I'm going to paint these pornos. I'm putting a little bit of white into a little bit of Havana brown, and that's what I'm going to paint the horns.
Christina, regarding the sweet hot or hot print, would you suggest using a wig or dyeing hair?
I would suggest a wig, because dyeing your hair is permanent.
Big Dog thinks that maybe the pipe and seat are big or airbrush connections or the clamp.
So this is just a clamp that I put on the table to hold my airbrush hose.
Tube on the table in the bag. What is the tube on the table in the bag?
This is a bag, this is clay. There's a sculpting tool under it that looks a little tube-like.
Cuban in Arkansas as well. My shop is in my carport. I'm trying to paint tombstones. Each layer is taking forever to dry.
Yes.
Says Mr. Jesperson. Lisa says I have fantastic photos of
Isn't that just stunning? It is stunning. Beautiful. I just mixed this up in the Havana Brown bottle. So I figure I'll use, there's only a little bit of Havana Brown left. So this is alcohol-based ink that I'm using right now. And this alcohol-based ink is Jacquard is the company name. Pinata is the type of inks. Pinata color, Havana Brown, and Blanco.
Mass changing is awesome, says Masato. John C.
Oh, it's wonderful.
The horns pointing forward are instantly menacing that you sound their movement from the mass.
Anytime that I see the horns going straight up, I kind of think field goal. Now it's time for Hugo to go goal. I think field goal, so I try not to. Minotaur horns are very. You have to line those up, you know. They have to be right. I like them pointed forward, and I like them right about eye level so you can track them. As an actor who wears masks a lot, it's kind of important. I get it. I know what the heck he's asking about. He's asking about backer rod. Yeah, when you're asking a weird question, the more words you use, the better. This is backer rod. This is foam. This is foam rope. This is 1-inch backer rod. This is 100 feet of it. And this is 100 feet of 3/4-inch backer rod. And these will be used for a mask coming up very soon. Maybe as early as Sunday. Okay. I was getting another bottle.
RB says, yay, Minotaur.
Yeah, Minotaurs are the best.
Have you ever been to or helped with Texas Frightmare?
Yes, I have been to Texas Frightmare a couple of times. I'm always working, and I'm normally in a stilt costume.
And you did Dark Hour did like the Phantasm.
Oh yeah, they have a Friday night party that we decorate for, so we do decorate for the Friday night parties. I do like that color.
Tell them where you got the background, the tubes.
So the backer rod, I got it from Amazon. I bought it off of Amazon. I thought, the price is fine and it came very fast, so I liked it. When in doubt, let your Minotaur out. I was once asked to not play a Minotaur at a Renaissance festival, Colorado. It was too scary. So instead, they let me play my Green Man character. That was a very weird experience. Colorado Fair, and they asked us to please get out of costume and go back to your cars. But we came from Scarborough Fair, which was a very cast interactive and, you know, and,
That's when you remember Bill.
yeah, at that time, Colorado was a little different. I don't know how the fair is now, but then they did not want us. It's felt to me like their cast very much was there to direct at Scarborough, so it was very different. We're getting somewhere.
Are there any pocket cheeseburgers tonight?
Currently, I have no pocket cheeseburgers. I do have some Vaseline-free, sugar-free, chocolate-covered pecans.
I'm going to make some Airbrush-style monsters.
Well, that's awesome. Tanya, who Ed Roth is?
So,
Okay. Ed Big Daddy Roth. If you saw a drawing of, does the name Ratfink mean anything to you? Ratfink?
Al Pacino,
No, not Al Pacino.
he played there.
Okay, well, Ratfink is like a car thing from the 70s, basically. So there's Ed Big Daddy Roth drawing, and it's a very particular style of monster.
Is the mask for you or someone else?
This Minotaur mask is for someone else. Someone else who is watching and who appreciates Minotaurs.
Stacy says the asymmetry in the back kills me always now.
The what? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, because this line is not right down the center. Bugs you.
That's what said, did I hear that right? Vaseline-free pecans? Why would someone want pecans with Vaseline?
Well, so one day I was working and I'm making a mold. So I'm Vaselining the edge of the mold.
So there I was.
And yeah, so there I was. And my Vaseline jar was on the table and my sugar-free pecans were on the table. And I took my nasty Vaseline brush and I shoved it right into the bag of pecans before I could stop myself. It was gross. So that is why I say Vaseline-free. Is there a Vaseline-free? But that bag was ruined.
That was funny.
And so what did I do? I immediately posted it on the internet so everyone could laugh at me as well.
Yes.
Normally, bull horns are darker at the base and it kind of feathers out. So I'm kind of doing that with the airbrush. I'm also fixing any overspray. That's better. It's amazing how fast they come together, isn't it?
We have red eyes and fur, light up eyes.
No, he is not made to have light up eyes. He will have fur, but he will not have light up eyes.
For it on your Patreon page.
I haven't started it yet. Yes, I always feel weird about it, but I will. I'm going to start a Patreon page. I'm ready to make the leap. Maybe I'll do it this weekend.
We're trying to get ready for camps and labs.
Yeah, we have a lot of monster camps and labs coming up, and we must be ready. I really want to throw this on. Oh, and I brought a stool over here to throw a fan on it, and then I didn't bring a fan. White, I'm so glad you're here reading comments. I did have Rob.
Christine Solvati says, the man just came home, getting a bag of Ben & Jerry's snacking chocolate chip cookie dough bites. They are so good, cold but not overly sweet.
Heck yeah.
Christina Mante says, what is the audition process like for Scare Acting? I want to audition at Silverwood next season. And it's going to be my first time. Are there any tips that you have?
Well, so many, everybody does it different. But what you need to know is just be a bit outgoing. Do not show up in mask and costume. Now I know some haunts ask you to do that, but I find that to be a little bit weird. And so just show up and be ready for what they do. And they're going to give you instructions. They're going to tell you what to do, and just give it a shot. It doesn't matter if you're good. It matters that you try. That's the biggest thing. They might say, you know, we're going to yell out the name of an animal, and I want you to make that animal's noise. And they might throw, you know, cow, duck, monkey, alligator, hippopotamus, and blue whale. You know, they might throw whatever at you. Just make a noise. Just go. And because it doesn't matter how good you are, it matters that you try. And then if they say, okay, well, I think a blue whale would sound deeper. They don't really care about the blue whale noise. They care that you're taking their direction. Listen to what they say, and if there's a chance to listen, do that. Many people are already planning what they're going to say next in their head before they speak, and they don't listen properly because, you know, there's only that one hole for things to go into. And if you are thinking of what you're going to say next, not everything gets in that ear hole. So try to listen as often and as long as you can, and then speak. That's my advice. And be fearless. And if you are afraid, just pretend you're not, because it's acting, and that's what we do.
Stacy says, Stacy's recovering from surgery. She's working on the Patreon. She says, if you get you and Shan together to look at the proposal I'm drawing up. Hey Stacy, how about after you've recovered?
No, I want to see a drug-riddled proposal from Stacy.
Okay.
I do. She's like, and here's where the fuzzy penguins come in.
Jerry Collins
Yes.
says to send him some comments. Realms would like to know, did you see the skeletons? The skeletons.
Realms, I haven't seen any skeletons yet. Wait. Did you say you're going to put them away? Did you say you made skeletons and then you're putting them away? Was that in the post? I'm going to be honest with you. If your name isn't the same name as I see somewhere else, then I don't always put them together. So, like, there might be someone here named, you know, Cheeseburger 5000, but on Facebook their name is Steve. Then, you know, I'm not going to know Cheeseburger 5000 is Steve. Because I have two brands.
Yes.
I know what I meant.
Yes, that's it.
Yes, then I saw your skeletons and they looked great. I remembered seeing them. Wife, you must tell them an anecdote. Not a whole story, just an anecdote. Because I drank that whole glass of water.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right, guys. So our fall semester has begun. So Scott Colehart or Stacy, you are on the Silby's page and you look at the shop under Monster Camps and Labs. We have posted a Monster Camp for October, unprecedented, may never happen again. There's 3 spots left on that, I believe. Airbrush Lab, Mask Lab, 2 Krampus Labs in November. But the Airbrush Lab and the Mask Lab are a month away. So those are going to be a lot of fun. And we hope some of you folks can make the trip and come out and see us. And if your season has changed the way ours has, and it's going to be different, but we're gonna spend it with you guys. And we're gonna spend it with you guys. So if you can make it, that would be great. I realize that travel's difficult for a lot of people. Texas is improving, so I hope that you guys will be able to come out here. I honestly don't know when we'll ever be able to do that again. Who knows what next year will be, but currently it's kind of cool that we're gonna have a chance to do this in October, and you get a chance to meet the dogs, because really that's what you guys are here for. So anyway, there you go. Morris has a mannequin head. Hang on. Whoa, come here. That's not for you. Oh my God, kid.
Look how I just dropped it.
Yeah, he did because he knows. All right.
Okay. All right.
Woo.
I'm just thinking of the next part of the process, and I had to wait a little bit because things are taking a little longer to dry. Now, Michelle, what color hair do you want on this Minotaur? We hadn't really talked about that. Brown or black?
Greyhouse Haunts, see you in a month.
See you in a month.
Greyhouse Haunts is coming to both labs, making a weekend of it. That is going to be a lot
Awesome.
of fun.
I'm ready.
That is going to be fun. How's Cujo coming along? Asked Lisa.
Currently in the same spot as it was when we stopped, but I should have the Minotaur and Cujo all the way done by the end of this weekend. Both of them. Before I can go further, I must get myself some liquid nourishment. I must get my wife some liquid nourishment.
Okay, so asking Michelle. Michelle says brown.
Hooray! Okay, that means I'm going to go with a little bit more of a flesh tone, like a brownish flesh tone, that we will mix up, and that'll be fun.
You see the outdoor? Let's try that. Try to get this box. Seriously, she gave up. No, she didn't give up.
So this is Bella, and she's trying to come into the dog door,
See her? Here she comes.
and she wants to bring this box with her, but it's stuck on the other side of the dog door. So she's trying to figure out how she can get this soda box in, because I just emptied it,
Oh,
and she saw me throw it out the back towards the burn pile.
she
And-
got it.
Yeah, and now she really wants to bring it in here to destroy,
Tear it up.
but she can't figure out how to get it through the dog door. I'm gonna go be nice.
Oh, for God's sake.
Come on, Bill. You wanna bring your box? Grab your box.
Here we go. Everybody enjoy. Bella needs a big hug, says John C.
Does she?
Stacy says, I haven't spent as much time in a drug-addled stupor as might have been helpful, but I have been stuck in bed, so the laptop and I have been busy.
I highly recommend a drug-addled stupor. I don't know that I'm not often in one, but I am what I need to be.
Jan, you're going to get to meet the puppies. They are. John C., she is always wet, and she's always swimming. Stanley says, went to the Home Depot today to buy skeletons, and besides the normal skeletons, they had corpses out. Corpsed out one for the same price. They
Oh.
corpsed out skeleton. That's great.
I was in Halloween City the other day. In Halloween City, they're selling plastic corpsed skeletons, and it made my heart proud.
Okie Dale says hello.
Hello. This This is the worst monster show ever. It's been like 10 minutes, and all that's happened is I told you guys I had to tinkle, and you watched me make myself a drink. I better make up for it now. Now it's monster time. It's Monster 30, wife.
Oh.
I'm going to bring forth the monsters.
Plastic Ninja says, Halloween City is my absolute least favorite Halloween store.
Mine too. It was pretty terrible. It was abysmal.
Okie Dale says, I love your channel.
Hey, thank you.
Joanne Crowley says, who has the most decent skeletons for the lowest price? You know what? We might be able to find that out tomorrow.
Yes, that should be your next talk. Your
Joanne?
next story.
Okay, next story time. I got an answer for you.
Well, yeah, we have something that we call Hopsmas. And what Hopsmas is when we go out and look at all the Halloween stuff in the stores. And we always go this particular weekend, because it's Labor Day weekend. And that's a big deal. So we go Labor Day weekend and we look at all the Halloween stuff in the stores.
So, Joanne, we can actually do some price checking for you tomorrow if you like.
I
Say,
will
we'll let you know what we find. You know what? We can do some video.
I will tell you that Spirit is the highest. Now, most places don't let you video in the store. I can tell you that Spirit is probably the highest. Their full skeletons are like $80, but they're click and stay skeletons, so there is a value there. Your best bet is Walmart or Walgreens, where they are around $30. At home is a little bit up from that. At home plastic skeletons are about $50. And then Joann's is only worth buying a full skeleton if you have a 40% off coupon or a 60% off coupon. The 50% off coupon would bring them down to $40. But $30 at Home Depot, you can't beat it.
Have you done any costumes or monsters for movies?
No. Okay, so I make haunted house monsters, not because I'm a failed movie effects artist. That's just, it's my field. I like haunted houses. I don't want to make stuff for movies. I want to make stuff for haunted houses. That's what I do. That's my wheelhouse, and that is where I get the greatest joy in my life, is making monsters for haunted houses.
Hey, Hallie B.
Hello, Hallie B.
The lovely Hallie. 1980 says, I went to Goodwill to look at Halloween stuff, and I left with Build-A-Bears.
What?
1980. Plastic Ninja says, you can't find anything worth buying even the day after Halloween at Halloween City.
When I was at Halloween City, I bought 3 things. Now, admittedly, I was looking for the worst one of something that I could find. And Halloween City had it.
Christina says, Seymour loves ripping up cardboard boxes. We don't have to do the work to crush them or get them in the recycling bin.
Yep, that's how it is around here too.
Plus, Ninja says, Walgreens will have the same pose and stay ones as Spirit.
Yeah, just like $30 cheaper.
Plus, Ninja says, one thing to look out for is Kroger. Okay.
Sam's Club also has $33 skeletons, which is nice.
Joanne, we'll keep an eye out for you tomorrow, and we'll let you guys know what we find.
Shannon will let you know what she finds.
Last year, they had a really nice pose to stay with for $30. Our Spirit is too far away, but they announced today that they were opening one down the street next Friday. Hey, Tina. So starting in August, my husband and I start making our date nights searching for Halloween merch.
That's awesome.
Ken says haunted houses are the best. Ralph says Lowe's has them for $30 and they're great.
Yep.
This says Halloween City is a seasonal store or year round. It's a seasonal.
Yeah, Halloween City is.
Nate says there were 3 original Tickle Me Elmos from 1995 and they all work. So I set them off several times to avoid people not social distancing.
Plastic Ninja says, I have a bunch of skeletons folded up in my storage. And says, corpsing 12-foot skeleton from Home Depot. What do you think?
Okay. It's I think you're going to want to do a little more than just plastic on it. That is one I would probably go with the great stuff method of corpsing, because I think you are going to want to build up a little bit of cheese and nerdies on it. Just because of the size.
Have you ever done any movie makeup for haunted houses? You did a right?
Yeah, I mean, every now and then the haunt wants a character that is out of a movie, so yes, I have. Last year we had a vampire theme at Dark Hour, and as winks and nods, we did Lost Boys, we did 30 Days of Night, so we did both of those looks. We just had a bunch of different flavors of vampire. It was a blast. What's that, honey?
Okay. So, Skin and Bones. Hey everyone, we're camping at the beach for Labor Day, and I can't miss the live show. It's amazing so far. Camping at the beach and you're watching the video.
Yeah. Well, glad you're with us.
Picture a middle-aged man with a cart full of elbows. I'm sure there's a video out there now. Cat Swift. I work part-time at Joann's. Even the coupon employee discount I won't be made props there. Only supplies. Too many cheaper options.
Yeah, there just is. And I think that Joann's kind of caters to that. I hate to say this, but soccer mom who only wants to go to one place. You know, there is a bit of work and a bit of finesse to running around and trying to find the best deal on, not deal, but, you know, all the elements for Halloween stuff. If there's a certain kind of thing you want to do, then, you know, maybe you can find it there at Joann's.
Costco says a pose-and-stay skeleton with LED eyes for $45. I have a question about Monster Camp. What are the procedures in place for the whole virus situation?
For the whole virus situation, well, we've made the classes smaller. What I did for the last Monster Camp was I did a blind vote to see if they were okay with not wearing masks, and so if anyone had voted no, I want to keep wearing a mask, then we all would have kept wearing masks. It just so happens that they, you know, in the vote, everybody said they were okay going maskless. I do have two really nice air scrubbers happening here in the shop. The shop is good sized, so we also take everybody's temperature at the beginning of the day. So, and at the end of the day, we do wipe everything down and disinfect. So those are the procedures.
Hey, Gregory Haynes. What sort of stilts do you use?
Well, I sell the kind of stilts that I use, and I sell them on stiltbestudios.com. And they're a dual pole sure stilt. They have a pole on either side of your leg so that you can, they're just more stable. When the pole's on one side of your leg, it sort of makes you walk a little pigeon-toed a little bit. With the pole on each side, it's way more balanced. If you take the stilt and you set it down on the ground and the stilt falls over, that tells you that you're going to have to do some work just to stand up. Whereas a two-pole stilt is balanced itself. You put it on the ground and it stays standing there because it's balanced. So, you know, and I don't like to walk on them over 18 inches tall. You just have to be the biggest guy in the room. You don't have to be some kind of giant. You still want to be able to go through doors. You want to be able to walk through a haunted house that has 8-foot walls, and they're going to have connecting bracing over those walls, and you want to come in just under those. If you're taller than that, then you're in for Migraine City. Think about where you're working in your environment.
Have you poured up the teeth for this mask yet?
They are in the mold. I don't think they're dry yet.
I just want to thank you for the things that you do.
Well, thank you. I want to thank you for watching the things that I do.
Hey, Chad. Chad Flyboy is on. Cat Swift says, I work there for the damage and just get unique stuff. But I find I just get reduced to being able to help folks with projects. Corey Waugh, hello. PM Cash, the nose and muzzle is all goat, not bovine. That nose and muzzle.
I'm going to disagree with you. I think it works for all of them. I think it works. It's a little more, it leans towards goat, but I think it works pretty well. And I have done them, I've done Minotaurs as kind of straight cow. You can't get a straight cow head with forward vision. Goats kind of have, their eyes are a little more forward than cows, so you're kind of right. But as soon as you change the eye position to looking forward, you pull it pretty far away from cow. And the teeth are going to pull it further away from cow because he's going to get some pointy teeth because that's just cooler. So we make some airs on the side of being cool.
Christina, do you do mazes or streets? Christina?
California, every haunted house is kind of called a maze. So what I normally do is a traditional haunted house where you're indoors, which in California they're often called mazes because that's what Not Scary Farm started calling them when they first started doing them. But in most places it's called a haunted house. And streets are more of the open style where you're traveling through sets and interacting with some actors. But we do both. I mean, I make costumes for both. But normally at dark hour is a haunted house. I often normally work outside. All right. So I'm happy with that fleshy bit tone. A little more over here would be nice, actually.
Hey, Michael, says internet's been playing up all week. First live stream I've been able to catch. Glad to have you.
Which Michael's that?
This is Michael.
Oh, awesome, Michael. Glad to have you back.
Plastic Ninja says, a really be monster camp, but it'll be tough to swing it. Plastic Ninja, we would love to have you.
It is kind of tough to swing it. I hear you. I understand.
That's and Plastic Ninja to add to what Alan was telling them. We keep the classes are gonna. There's only 6 students. That's all you get, so we keep it very small.
Someone, I'm not going to say who, didn't clean out their airbrush. I just pulled this out of here. I don't know who the jerk was that didn't clean out their airbrush last. But now you guys get to watch me clean an airbrush.
Could you make a cow out of that?
Yes.
Plastic Ninja says part of it is getting to the middle of Texas in the middle of all this. We understand.
Yeah, I hear you.
Try another one. Plastic Ninja, maybe one next year.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop doing monster camps, so no worries.
And we're keeping the classes below like 6 students, and there's less than 10 people.
Yeah.
We're taking all the precautions. We are under all of it, but it still wigs you out. Don't blame you one bit.
Yeah, don't come.
Don't do it.
For sure.
Don't want anybody to be freaked out. Christina says, I want to go to Monster Camp, but I'm packing and moving to Idaho, so I cannot. Well, good luck with your move.
Yeah. Enjoy the corn.
What airbrush and paints do you use?
So right now I'm using I'm about to use a Pache H, provided I can get it running, to do some detail painting. And
Christina Christina said, Minotaur is doing their job. No one's going to be thinking if the nose is a cow or a goat. They'll be too busy screaming.
Well, there is that.
Gregory Haynes says, is Alan telling on himself about the airbrush maintenance? And Big Dog says, yes, Rob was there last night, so it was Rob.
It was probably Rob, without a doubt. Yeah.
Cat Swift, today I told my neighbor about the carb clean trick. And he couldn't believe it, he had never thought of it. Such a brilliant idea. The carburetor cleaner?
That's what I'm using right now, is carburetor cleaner to clean this airbrush out. Yes, and it works very well. Oh, so Pache 8, I also use a Harbor Freight $10 airbrush called a Quick Change airbrush. And that is my desert island airbrush. If I could only have one airbrush on a desert island, then it would be the Harbor Freight $10 Quick Change airbrush because of all the things it can do.
Like Lena said, it's not that you guys wig me out. Everything is just made more complicated than it would be otherwise. It's all right. We understand.
Absolutely.
It is okay. We hope maybe you can come to another one someday. It is okay. Joanne Crowley, I would love to go to Monster Camp, but financially and medically I can't, so I'll keep watching. Keep on watching.
Well, hang out with us. Keep watching.
And Jared says, hello. Hello, guys.
Hello. I think we've got it up and running. Take the gloves off, because carburetor cleaner is not good on your skin.
Kelly O'Brien. So sweet, thank you.
What's sweet?
Skin and Bones sent us $5.
Thank you, Skin and
Thank
Bones.
you, Skin and Bones.
That was the just in case Alan can't clean his airbrush fund. I know how that works.
Christina says, do I get enough for selling my car? I'm going to go to Monster Camp.
Woohoo! If you can, sell someone else's car.
Yeah, there you go.
Sell someone else's car. That's a way more practical way to make money. Because you want a car of some kind. You know what? And I think that there is just a joy to making things, and there is a joy to. Not everybody comes to Monster Camp is going to be learning, 100% something new. But I've been doing this a while, and I have tips and tricks, and maybe I can help you. If you have monsters in your head, and you want to bring them to life, Monster Camp is a great way to learn how to do that.
You know what we might have to do? We don't really go live. We don't go live a little bit here at Monster Camp. But in Monster Camp 6, just about everybody at Monster Camp 6 coming up is on this live feed all the time. So it would be fun to go live for a few minutes so everybody can see the people that they've met on these feeds.
Yeah.
And same thing for Monster Camp 7, Scott Colhart will be there, and Body Geeks will be there. So it'll be a lot of fun for you guys to actually see these people you've been talking to. Never mind.
They can hear you. I got to run the alcohol through this airbrush. Because carburetor cleaner don't leave it in your airbrush very long, but it does the job great. Like this is spraying like a champion now.
Joanne Crowley says, my late husband was a mechanic and truck driver and used car cleaner for everything.
Oh, it's the best.
Hey, Lisa Gordon Harris.
It's the best, man.
Let's see. Husband says, I do need to get those monsters out of my head. They're always fighting with the voices.
Yeah, sometimes they are the voices. I've got to pull up some reference material, and since my wife is handling comments, I don't need.
Christina says, I'm going to try to go to Monster Camp next year because I'll be graduated and have my own car. So I'm going to try my best.
Awesome.
Christina, we hope you can join us. Monster Camp is very special. Graffy UK, myself and my son would love to come to Monster Camp maybe next year. Graffy UK, we would love to have you. Would love to have you.
Remember, most of this is getting flocked, so there's going to be a lot of hair on this face. I'm just looking for a good face, color-wise.
Robbie, does car cleaner work better, and is it more cost effective than 90% alcohol for cleaning airbrushes? And I inherited a car, so I'm selling my old.
It is 100% more effective than 99% alcohol because it's a solvent. And carburetor cleaner was invented to get gunky stuff out of fiddly metal bits. And an airbrush is made of fiddly metal bits, and the problem with airbrushes is gunky stuff. So it solves your problems on many levels.
Big Dog says Monster Camp is and was a bucket list thing. Just do it. Thanks, Big Dog. It is very special.
And I'm going to go with a burrow brown for this. We said brown hair on the Minotaur, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Car cleaner is probably easier to find right now too, says Plastic Ninja. And Christina Salvati says, especially since I really need the alcohol for this whole
Blame it on the alcohol. Sorry, probably shouldn't have said that.
plastic from the hammer time teeth.
Ah, it's fine. And I am taking alcohol and I'm thinning down this burrow brown ink quite a bit. In order to get them to mix in there, all right, I'm going to get them to mix. I'll put my finger over the end. Screw this down all the way here first. Put my finger over it, and that causes a little bit of bubbling to happen in your color cup. And the bubbling in the color cup mixes up the alcohol in the ink. So the next ink that I get out will be lighter. It won't be as heavy. It's a little bit translucent, and that's what I want.
Brown says my birthday is in 8 days. It's going to be Halloween themed, and I can't wait.
Really? Well, that's awesome.
Deep Space Brazil says I'm doing 2 animatronics, a werewolf and a gorilla. Kind of complicated, but it's coming out. I really like animatronics.
That does sound complicated.
Hello, Rodney Rowe. Rodney Rowe, we will see you in 2 weeks.
For Monster Camp!
Scott Colhart, we will see you in 6 weeks for Monster Camp. John C., one of the high school kids at the store was 6'10.5".
Whoa.
Scott Colhart's birthday is in 5 days.
I'm having a height differential problem. This is what I had quickly and available to put him on, a 5-gallon bucket. And that made him a good height when I was standing. But now that I want to airbrush him, if I put him on the table, he's too low. On the 5-gallon bucket, he's too tall.
Skin and Bones says pneumatics are my favorite.
You know what? I enjoy pneumatics also. As a young actor, I was not a big fan of pneumatics in haunted houses. But that was petty. And I think that animatronics have their place. They are a great wow. And right now, I think is a great time to make a switch so that the animatronics actually get a scare and the actor is the distraction, since they can't get within 6 feet. Yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna find something else to put this Minotaur on. Ooh, I know a thing. Okay. Ba-ba-da-ba. This is my buddy.
Okay.
This is my buddy car.
Gray House says you should save the box from the soda.
It might hold up, but it's a little bit lightweight.
Christina on tie.
Man-tie.
Man-tie, did I say that right?
Man-tie.
Sorry, Christina. I have my first OC, and he is a clown. I am very excited to bring him to life. OC?
Original character.
Oh, okay.
Where are you going to play this clown?
1980 says, my cousin's son just enlisted in the Navy. Yes, he's 4.
Clowns are actually not terrible first characters for people, simply because when you're a clown, it kind of tells you what to do. You know, there's a way that people expect you to act, and the clown suit whispers in your ear, you know, have a weird laugh and be a jerk to people. And it's a good guide in that sense.
As is the pattern with our creepers, who are the most helpful people. They're trying desperately to help you. Stack some boxes, make a half bucket, put EVA foam under it. Take toolbox, line hook. It's not okay, he says, I'm doing animatronics for my yard show.
Awesome.
Page says, hello, Falstaff's animatronic workshop says, good evening.
Oh, you have any animatronic questions? Falstaff is the guy, by the way. Any of you guys making animatronics or mechanics for your yards and displays?
He just popped up on me.
While he's here, bum rush him and shake him for loose information. Steve is one of the most free information folks that I know of. And it's also accurate and good information, which is pretty huge.
Says, hi Steve, Falstaff's channel is great. I've used this channel so many times. I'm getting this book. Falstaff says, Big Dog says, I just want to chase people down the street and put them in therapy.
Yeah.
Ryan Cook says this channel is awesome. It's not okay. He says, I'm going to buy your book, Falstaff. Christina said, I don't know, but I'm very flexible and I have some slider gear, so.
Cool. I enjoy sliding also. It's a lot more dangerous when I do it, because if I hit people, they're going down. So I'm just sort of airbrushing around here, you know, to pop some detail in the face. I don't think anything like that, because there's going to be hair all the way down around here. Okay, super.
Masada says, Falstaff is to animatronics as Alan is to sculpting.
That's actually a very fair assessment. He is just as free with information. He has a wide range of skills and is more than willing to share. Okay, now I'm going to do a little bit of a reddish color almost, like a burgundy or a maroon, in order to give this a little bit of life around the eyes and things. Maybe a magenta.
Gregory Haynes asked, what is sliding?
So sliding is when you you have on the plastic knee pads, and you run, and then you jump onto your knees, and you slide across the ground towards people, and it makes a hellacious noise on the pavement or concrete or whatever you're sliding on. You also need to have steel toes on your shoes, or else it'll eat through them rather quickly. And I also recommend gloves that have some either fingertips or big washers on them, so that you can also use your hands on the ground. You can also use things like ferrocerite rods in order to spark, which is really nice. My stool is so high, I have to jump up into my stool. So this color is going to be Senorita Magenta ink with a little bit of alcohol, and the brown that is left over in the paintbrush from the brown I was just using.
Now that the foam boards have liquid nails on them, they are close to being as dangerous as repeal.
Not quite, but they are more dangerous than just EVA foam.
Frederick says, that sounds like a job for the younger crowd. I'll stick to sculpting.
It is not for sissies, and it'll tear you up pretty quick. There was like 3 seasons in a row I did it all the time, and now I only do it on very special occasions, like when I hate myself. I was really bad that week. I might slide on the weekend as punishment. Hello, Gene Sanford. I think that we are ready to move on to some hair work. Remember that box that was in one piece moments ago? That's that box now. And Boris is so tired from destroying it, he fell over right next to it.
I got 2 whole nights off. Lisa Arendt, are the teeth ready to go? How did your skull mold work out?
Skull mold and teeth mold worked out great. They have latex in them, but they are not ready to pull yet because it's been so wet here. I don't know if you remember, but those bottom teeth are pretty long. So,
Rodney. Thank you, Rodney. Rodney just sent us $10.
Rodney, thank you so much. Very kind.
Stone hardware. I've watched the movies about the sliders at /Cheer on Netflix sometime.
Yeah.
She's worn down to another $4. Cat Swift. Wow, Alan's costume sliding towards me with sparks flying. It's a terrible image.
Yes, because you know how much I weigh. If I hit you, it's going to cause problems. I was to the point where I could slide. I would have to get about a 10, 12 foot slide, not that far. I'm heavy, lots of drag and inertia problems. But then I could pop up at the end of it, or I could go on one knee and spin around the person. It's fun. It's a fun medium to scare people. The noise you get coming at someone is just the best. Come with me. Come with me. You will be in a world of OSHA violations. Oh, I gotta unplug that. See? Hear that air compressor going? It's so loud. It's not that loud. Doop, doop, doop. You want a lighter cinnamon brown or a darker dark brown? My guess is you want the dark brown. Sometimes you just need a giant roll of fur. That's all you need in the world.
Okay. Joanne says, I know you're extremely busy right now, but is there any chance you'll be doing the updated graveyard statues?
Next week. That is a, that's an inside, but it'll be next week, YouTube Wednesday. So I guess this week coming up. Boy, I love a fresh roll of fur. So sexy.
Rose K says Kara Winds does slider for the South Carolines, which used to be my job, so I slid in the wrong woman and got punched. Yeah, this is on here, mountain trail, and screams like a pterodactyl on.
Yeah, you do that sweet inhale noise, I bet, where you draw air in. I'm going to make the noise, but I'm not going to leave the camera on me. I'm going to leave the camera on my doggos.
Puppet Master's laughing at your ocean violations.
Like that whole like breathing in noise. Yeah. Probably should have taken a drink before I did that. Fun stuff. Yeah, the Ocean Violation song. That is one of my favorites. And you know what? I don't actually have this patterned out. You know what we're going to do? We're going to wing it. I know you all are shocked. It's going to come out great. We're going to wing it.
It should be expensive on those big rolls of fabric.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Do you have any masks that are close to Shumasasi?
Currently, I do not. You said that very well, honey. You know who that is?
From Nightbreed.
She is from Nightbreed. She's the porcupine assassin lady. I'm so proud.
Gregory Haynes says, great, I've been waiting for the new graveyard statue update ever since Alan teased us about it months ago.
11. Yeah, 11 and 13. Yeah. So, I know that I'm going to die one day with YouTube Wednesday videos that I still wanted to make. I won't have time to make them all. I just won't. So 13 was the actual width of the front. But I want to widen it out. So I'm going to go 16. The front's length, we know, is going to be here, will be the longest it has to be. So we're talking, let's go 14 inches.
It's okay. Come back into zombie Alan and keep it.
Yeah.
Travis haunted yard. Graveyard statues are awesome. Christina says, Alan, I ended up getting a 5-gallon pressure pot for my resin. 3-gallon air compressor is too small. Hey, John Butsy.
Okay, you may want to get a. Are you asking me for a recommendation, or are you just telling me it's too small?
What size compressor should I get?
Now, you want a pressure pot, probably go at least a 5-gallon. You want something that's going to put out a good 110 psi. I don't know what the psi you want of your resin to be at the end, but normally you keep it at about 80, 90 psi. And to hold that for any length of time takes a little bit of compressor bead. Compressor bead. Now we're not going to go 16 to the back. The back has to be a lot longer.
Higher, just need to turn it to Wednesday and YouTube when they retire.
Yeah, because that'll be retiring. That'll be way less work.
What you doing your night off last night?
I've worked on a video. Yeah, did you guys enjoy the Jaguar Speed Sculpt video? Yes, that's way good. One is.
Gave it a thumbs up. Brown said, yes, loved it. Alan, I've seen a video in the past month of a guy that builds a pressure pot from all things from Harbor Freight. You probably haven't seen it, but do you think it would work well enough? It didn't operate like the ones I had seen on standards.
It was a vacuum chamber, probably not a pressure pot. It could have been either, but they used this 5-gallon paint tank up here as the base for it, because that's what I've done out of mine. But yes, that's what I recommend to people when they're doing a pressure pot or a vacuum chamber for resin or silicone. So Maybe I have seen it.
Jackie UK says it's almost 3 a.m. here. Just went outside, saw the moon. It's really bright. Good for werewolf to be out.
It is. It's always good for a werewolf to be out. They should get themselves some outdoors. So this way of doing it, I'm just blocking out the two sections. I have more scrap fabric because I'm not cutting exactly where it needs to be. I don't know how many Minotaurs I'm going to make out of this pattern mask. So I did not necessarily make a big fur pattern for him. Although I thought I should have when I did the goat last time.
The,
Doesn't matter. It'll be fine.
the video chat is talking about was monster tutorial. Tutorial.
Oh,
What monster?
I did not see that one because the one I saw was like 4 or 5 years ago. But all those tutorials kind of come around, you know. I think lots of folks now have a plastic corpsing tutorial. You know, they go around.
Hi, Big Dog. Monster of Herman.
Hello!
Monster Camp 3. Yes, Gene, he did. Gordo was part of Monster Camp 2.
Yep.
He was a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's a real pleasure to have him.
He makes me tired to follow on social media because of all the running. So much running. Lots. Did I mention running? Guy loves it. But we dwarves are natural sprinters. We're wasted on cross country. Okay. My little Minotaur has the sweetest smile. My little Minotaur, come and stay a while.
Gene says he also is like you, music put off by low tech to get good results. Monster Herman started pulling out all of our Halloween storage today. Started decorating the yard. Afraid the neighbors make complain.
Well, let him. Okay, I'm going to do something that I should not do.
Close up just a little bit more so I can see.
I'm going to do something that I should not do. I'm going to assume that both sides are even. I'm going to assume.
Chad says, I tried to watch a movie yesterday called Bigfoot vs. Zombies. I had to turn off after 10 minutes. Never quite that off.
Wow, thanks for the warning. That sounds like something I would want to watch. I'm marking where this horn is. I'm marking where it goes in for the ear. I'm marking where it goes around the ear. I'm going to let all that be straight.
Misty says, people can start decorating for Christmas in November. We can start decorating for Halloween in September.
Yeah, you tell them.
What is the Mask Lab still piece of toasting?
Wife, that one's for you.
Monster of Herman. Hey Nick, that is it is a one-day make and take, and when you sign up, you get to choose from a large selection of blanks. When you get here, the blank you have chosen will be based out and ready at your workstation, and then we have horns and teeth and fur to decorate.
It's everything that happened on Sunday after lunch. The mask is already pulled, it's already cleaned, it's already trimmed, and it is already based out. And you get to do the fun part of decorating it. That's the day.
Chad Smith says, I found a new honey hole of horror movies, Tubi and TV. It's free and they have a huge selection.
I also enjoy 2D.
Lincoln says, I watched the Kevin Costner movie, The Guardian. It's basically Top Gun for the Coast Guard. Jerry Collins says, Alan, you made my dog bark.
I'm sorry. From singing? Well, what made your dog bark that I did?
Christine with Somebody. Peacock is also free, and there's a ton of old monster horror movies.
Peacock.
Peacock.
Okay, that one I do not know about.
Thank you, Christine. Peacock. Talk about old monster horror movies. That's
Can't have a peacock.
that sounds good.
So what I did was I traced out the head on one side, and now I have cut out that side. I flipped it over, and I'm going to trace it onto the other side. This is kind of the cleanest way to do it. Because this is fur, it's not like it's an easy transfer, you know.
1980 says, you are an old school computer nerd. Did you know about Winamp?
Winamp. I don't know about Winamp.
You find that roll of fur in the woods. It's a huge owl pellet. The giant owl has succeeded in finding you.
And ate him.
Yes, Chad. The stickers are here. I'll just send you one, Chad. I'll send you some. They're just bigger stickers. Does the RV park near you allow tent camping?
I believe that they do.
I don't know.
They also have little cute cabins for rent. They have little cabins. They're awesome.
Yeah, they are.
If I didn't live in a cabin, I might want to rent one.
It's a great little place.
Yeah.
It's a
Great little
really,
park.
it's a really pretty, really pretty little park. They keep it very nice. Graphy UK, that fur looks great. Have you ever made a Bigfoot costume?
Yes, I have.
Travis Garth says, I started on the front yard today. Most of the big stuff is up. Jerry Collins says you made his dog bark when you were singing.
Oh, okay.
Corey says, kiddos practice is just about over. Thank you all for sharing out. It's greatly appreciated. Learning so much vicariously. Corey Watt.
Awesome. Glad you're enjoying it. I have made several Bigfoot costumes. When the movie Blair Witch kind of went big, those guys were based in Orlando, the company who did that. And they had a little office in MGM Studios, and I got a call from them at one point, and they asked us if we would make them Halloween costumes. Sure, okay, no problem. So we made them a bunch of stuff just for them to wear during Halloween. And then I get a call and say, you guys make a Bigfoot costume, don't you? Yeah. And can you make a chupacabra? I said, sure. So we make that, and then they said, would you mind wearing them so we can see some stuff? And no problem. So we get there, and it's me and my friend Dan, and it's the Chupacabra and Bigfoot, and because they knew I didn't want to do any film work, but they filmed the intro for their TV show Freaky Lakes, which every now and then still gets played on Sci-Fi. And there is a Bigfoot running by in the beginning, and that's me. And there's a Chupacabra who is lifting a goat over a fence, and that is also me. So there you go. Because they tricked me.
Chad says, I have been watching the course on building a monster suit on Stan Winston. It's making me want to make it.
Well, you should always make monster suits.
Jordan Bunsey, hey Alan, were you able to find out what of those werewolf masks you have? No worries if you haven't at this point.
We're going to do it now. Come on. I'm going to the booth building. I'll be right back. I'm taking Jordan. We're going into the dark and scary forest. This is a bat knocker on our booth building. I love it. It's a booth building because all the stuff from a world booth is it. There is a light switch. Right there. Ah, okay. So for the open-jawed werewolf, which is what Jordan messaged me about earlier, I have a white, which I could easily airbrush into gray. I have a black right here, black open jaw werewolf. I also have a brown open jaw werewolf. So there you go. I have white, black, and brown. And I, trifecta. I have a gray one. Look. It's gray. So there is. I have every color, pretty much, of open jaw werewolf mask. All right. And now you know. Knowing is half the battle. What I know was going to sell like first day of Trans World is this guy. This werewolf here. I love his coloring. But he did not sell because it is all the internet now. You guys don't come in here very much. Look, I got gorillas sitting here next to their fursuits. I've got elves, and trolls. And over here, I've got classic monsters. I've got Nosferatu, Frankenstein, Gillman. So, creature from the Black Lagoon type monster right there. Look, a Yeti. See that Yeti? Grr, I'm a Yeti now. Yeah, but anyway, let's get back to work. Enough of this tomfoolery. OSHA violation. Okay, we're back. Me and Jordan went on a field trip. And everyone else too. There's 90 of us. Okay. So let's dry fit.
Jordan says I'll take the black one.
Okay, you'll have to order it from the websites.
Which black one did you want?
Black open jaw werewolf.
Is that right, Jordan?
Yeah, he wants an open jaw werewolf. You spoke earlier.
Because you also showed one that is,
I showed a brown. I showed a.
you showed one that is full.
No, not just now. Okay, that's my sew point. Great. And now we're able to line up the front. This does fit very well. That's going to glue down nicely. That horn just went up my nose, so that was fun. Glad you guys didn't really see that, but yeah, that went right in the old nostril as I turned my head. Good times.
Gene Sanford says, I'd like to see a whole post like that. Yeti's really nice, Yeti's cool, more tomfoolery. Misty said, my dad saw Cloak and Stealth, said he wanted one. I asked him what he threw it, he said he turned into a big one.
Yeah.
That's nice.
All right. So a lot of people don't know this, but the Yeti is actually one of three. And when you're talking to the Sherpas, they say Yeti, which is Y-E-H-T-E-H, Yeti. There is also a Mete, M-E-T-E-H, which is a 3-foot Yeti-like creature. And then there's a Zute, D-Z-U-T-E-H. And that is a 12-foot tall, it's between 11 and 15 feet tall, but that is a giant Yeti. And those are the ones that are said to have horns on their heads and stuff.
Flash says, I love, Blackwood says, I love my Whiplash mask. Thank you.
You just wear it around the house, don't you? That's what I would do.
Ralph says, I didn't know if y'all sold them, that y'all have used at all cheaper or anything, so y'all stuff is so cheap. It's Ralph's, it's whatever's on the website. We also have a clearance section that we put stuff in.
Yeah, we have clearance section on the website. That's stuff we're just going to move and get rid of. But the stuff that I made for trans, fire sale it out the door when I know it's going to sell on the next go round. Like, I don't understand the people at Trans World who well, I didn't want to drive it all home, so it's all half price. You just ripped off all the people who bought before then. And I'm just not a fan of that. Set your prices so they're affordable, but you can afford to keep making stuff. And you don't have to fire sale it. You don't have, there's some things that I still want to store. Yes, that's possible. But anyway, yes, Trans World.
Show a customer dress I made for her, and it's based off scared of my shadow, biting the mask she has. She had an artistic vibe with liberty and nervous to show her.
So Scared of My Shadow is my friend, and she does awesome work. And I'm willing to bet that anything based off of her stuff is going to be wonderful.
Michael asked her, Alan, I know you have your web masks on the website, however, you may want to set up shelves like what you just showed, so people can get a quick look at what you have.
When? What now?
This is just do a little walkthrough from time to time.
Doesn't that feel like I'm doing a commercial? You have to understand, I'm a businessman who hates to sell people stuff. In my booth at Trans World, I'm always telling them, no, don't hard sell it. If they want it, they'll buy it. And if they walk away, then they walk away. It's no big deal. I have one customer who every year, he'll come up to me the first day and he says, don't think I'm going to buy anything from you this year. I know what I need. And then he'll come by at the end of the day, Saturday, and he'll say, hey, so I looked around on the show floor and no one had this. So do you think you could make one? And then he orders from me.
Is that Marty?
Marty does that. Yeah.
I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah. But he announces that he's not going to buy anything from me.
And then you have Eddie who shows up with an empty suitcase.
Oh, yeah.
I think they missed the Home Shopping Network video.
Well, you know what? We might do that at some point. Maybe we'll do that in...
Feels like you're pushing them.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it in early October. Let's see. If you guys
show
are...
them everything that's in there.
Yeah.
Did they see the YouTube Wednesday show?
No. I was very quick in that. I did not
You
linger.
see that?
I did not linger.
Okay, where am I? Jordan. Oh.
It was order placed.
Okay.
That's a serious man right there.
Jordan bought jawless white. We have a white jawless?
Oh, did you want white? I thought you wanted the black one.
Do you have a white one in there?
Yeah.
Jawless?
I got white, I got gray, I got black, I got brown. I got all the werewolfy goodness in there of open jaw masks. Because I love that open jaw design. What do you say?
This is Jordan, I ordered the white one.
Jordan, did you mean to order a white one? Because you're talking to the lady who can fix it. They're all the same price. We just need to know what color.
Since I'm in black, oops.
Well,
Okay, Jordan, jawless black one. Jordan, I'm gonna go get that right now. Because we are in ramping up season, and I'm going to send you a white Wolfman if I don't fix this right now. So I'll be right back.
then you'll say, what the heck?
Alan, tell a story.
Oh, my wife is gone. I have to tell a story. Okay. So, let's think of a good story. I'm not going to tell you about the time I was almost killed as a polar bear. That wouldn't be good. Those guys are dead, so I could tell that story. Yeah. All right, so I mentioned Hacks and Films, which had a office in MGM. And what was awesome was that, like MGM Studios in Florida, yes, it's a theme park, but there's also little movie offices and stuff to rent back there. And Hacks and Films had an office. And they were very awesome because they would schedule meetings with us that were just, hey, how's it going? And then we would go there, then we'd spend all day in the park. So that's how we got in the park for free, because it was like their office and you walked outside the gate and you were in the park. So, but you had to be signed in and stuff in the back and have an actual meeting in order to get on property in the back. So that was kind of neat. Yeah, MGM. Tower of Terror. Yeah, good stuff. That's a good park. My favorite park in Orlando is Animal Kingdom. Just so like walking around all the caves and stuff.
Okay. So that's Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan, right?
Yeah.
And Jordan, we're going to throw in some wolf teeth.
Yes.
And a case and some extra
Pellets.
adhesive pellets for you too to wear with this.
Yeah, that way you got a whole thing. You have to supply your own black beard. Not the pirate, the face bit.
Jordan's making it work. You better work.
I'm ready to sew this together.
Okay.
But first, before I sew it together, I'm going to put away Stacy's measuring tape so I do not get murdered later.
Okay. Hey, Ezekiel. Uh-oh. My blaster said Shannon story. No. There are none of those.
There's lots of Shannon stories.
Texas Tales. Let's see. Hey, Jordan, we got you. Chad Smith says, try not to be discouraged, but I haven't sold a mask yet on Facebook. I really need to get my Etsy set up.
Well, get your Etsy set up. Get on it, brother. Facebook is not the easiest, and a lot of folks are distracted. It's actually pretty hard to get sales on Facebook. I could not sell the free-eyed goat on Facebook because Facebook thought it was an actual goat head I was selling.
A build on Grave Digger says, hello from Puerto Rico. Great job you do, bud. Nothing but the best for you, your family, and crew. We sure love Puerto Rico.
Oh, we do.
We love it.
One of the things I do all the time is I look on Zillow at houses in Puerto Rico because I don't want to like move there and live there forever, but I would love to have a vacation beach house there. For the record, I cannot afford a vacation beach house anywhere, but it's nice to look. I'm gonna buy some scratchers on the way home one day. Hit it big.
Okay. Jordan just gave us $10 to say thanks for the past.
Jordan, thank you. Very kind.
And Jordan, we'll get you shipped out next week. Monday is a holiday.
Yeah, so
Postal
orders.
service.
We'll have a big day of shipping on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I was just reminded of a story that I can tell. Okay, and I was reminded of that because I just got this extension cord down, and we're by the ceiling fan here. And I thought the cord was going to go swing into the ceiling fan. While I'm sewing, I will tell you a story that happened at King's Dominion near Richmond, Virginia. Me and some unruly friends were attending the theme park. We drove down from Maryland, so it's about a 3-4 hour drive. It's not that bad. And so we drove down from Maryland to Richmond to go to King's Dominion. And we had finished at the theme park, and there's a Denny's right there, like almost in the same parking lot as them. And while we're eating at that Denny's, we had placed our orders, and me and my friend John, it was a long booth set up like right against the thing, and there was like 8 of us. And me and my friend John, we were up against the window, and there's the blinds, and you know how the blinds have that little plastic cone on the end? We were kind of batting that back and forth, you know, and then, you know, we were annoying people who were with us because we were batting that little thing back and forth, and they're like, hey guys, the food's here. And one of us, I'm not going to say who, spiked the thing, all right? And I don't know who hit it last, but it, instead of going straight to the other person, they're on a string, so their arc is kind of, you know, it's like a tether ball. It's going to go it's only a couple places it can go. Well, it went straight up this way and went into the ceiling fan. And it caught in the ceiling fan and started winding around the ceiling fan. So we're watching in horror slowly as the blinds start lifting off of the window and going up towards the ceiling fan. And the blinds rip off of the wall, all right, because here's the window and here's the long table. The blinds rip off of the wall and sweep every single plate and drink off of the table and into the floor. And at that point, we decided we should kick ourselves out, so we all got up and left. Because, yes, I was not kicked out of the Denny's, but I thought it was time to go. How old was I? I was probably 15.
Okay. Let's see. Lisa Aaron just gave a super chat, $10. Thanks for making our Friday night so fun.
Oh, thank you so much. That's so kind.
Ezekiel says it wasn't me, the unlimited friend.
Not that
This
time. And listen, and if we do anything to get kicked out of Sugar Fire, that's a problem.
Yeah, don't ever do that, Ezekiel.
Because they have boozy milkshakes.
That's right. Chat, okay, we got a conversation. Some suggestions for Chad on selling.
Okay.
Etsy and eBay. Yeah. 1980 says, next up, Monsters of the Universe undies.
I am kind of making a He-Man loincloth, aren't I? And I have fur for that in the other room for making my Beastman drawers. I really do. All right, so I'm wearing pants because I had a meeting today, and
You hate them.
yeah, I hate them. I only wear pants now when I go fishing. Like, I've been home so much, I'm just wearing shorts. Yeah, all the time. you actually know how to sew and you're good at it, don't watch me sew. It'll just make you sad.
Run away, Stacey.
Wow, that's awesome. I don't know what my bill would have been. We left. But I know we destroyed the blinds and no one got to eat. We were so mad. We ate at Burger King. We ate in the car on the way home. And at that point in time, Burger King was like, that's like no one happy eats at Burger King. You know, you're not thrilled. Like even kids, they're happy to go to McDonald's. But they're like, okay, Burger King. The only person that I know of who prefers Burger King to McDonald's is Harry Dresden, the Dresden Files. When I was a kid, it was Burger King because it was cheaper. It used to be, in the olden days, that if you had a haunted house or an event that you sold tickets for, McDonald's would pay for the printing of the tickets if they could print a coupon on the back side. So after a haunted house I did that I owned when I was 15, I had these tickets, and most of them were for a free hamburger. Some of them were for free ice cream, you know, ice cream cone, but we ate a lot of free McDonald's.
Ezekiel says, my unruly friends once got kicked out of a bowling alley for putting a ball through the roof.
Wow.
Wow.
Fun times.
Do you think we'll be adding more to the clearance?
Maybe.
Yeah, or we could do some more cleaning out.
Yeah, like
We find stuff.
it won't be right away, but it's possible.
Lots of folks helping chat out and talk about. Suddenly, Stacy said, "You pregnant yourself." Gene said, "Do you know, Alan? I can run a Singer patching machine still." Dead End Yard Hunt. We use GoDaddy. Night Terrors Haunted Farm. Hey, Night Terrors. You're working on your order this week. Night Terror says McDonald's, French fries, Burger King burger, Wendy's Frosty. That's how it's done. And Night Terrors, remember Monday is a holiday, so there's no postal service on Monday. So we'll get you out on Tuesday. Night Terrors got the three-eyed goat.
Oh, awesome.
Goodbye, three-eyed goat. Tell him I said thanks for cleaning the machine for me, says Stacy.
Oh, it's running pretty good now.
Kat says, Alan, turn off the machine. Stacy, I don't think I can share my machine with other folks. I keep a couple of extras for students, not my good ones.
Well, Stacy has her machine at the house. When she's here, she shares my machine.
Those are Alan's machines.
Mine are used to rough treatment.
Zarish, what do you think about the movie White Buffalo? And would you make a mask based on it?
I don't know about it. Like I'd have to look it up. Now I will say that this head will not work for a buffalo. Is it a white buffalo? Like, what's the monster in that movie? Who wins the sword fights? Alexa, add contact cement to my shopping list. Not yet. I'm gonna leave it on.
You already have contact cement on your shopping list. Would you like to add contact cement again?
No.
Okay.
Apparently I'm supposed to pick up some contact.
We're gonna have to make a
Probably tomorrow.
this weekend. Yeah. The subtle case says, ALEXA sounds so snooty when she said that. She
She
did.
did.
Have you watched Discovering Bigfoot? What did you think of it?
Oh, I enjoyed it. I also watched one yesterday about the Yowie with Yowie Dan. It's on Amazon Prime, I believe. It was short, but I enjoyed it, about 45 minutes. Contact cement, contact cement, contact cement, contact cement, contact cement. This is the good one. This. Ooh, also a good one. This. This is, oops, all boogers. That's what that is. It's boogery.
My face says the green gremlin had too much of the carp here.
Yeah. He's tired.
Serious K, I think there's a part of us that wishes we could just live without Alan for a week and learn stuff.
Oh yeah, this is still good. It's not actually so good. This is like my hand, I'm pulling the contact cement out of the jar and my hand isn't getting wet. We'll throw this one away. So I was going to throw that away. Now someone in California is crying. Known to cause cancer in California. Way safer as soon as you leave those state lines. Has a bit of the stretch to it, but still perfectly great. Very excited about this Minotaur.
1980 says disclaimer. When he says throw away, he means dispose of it properly according to EPA regulations.
Oh, without doubt. Actually, once the contact cement is that hard, you're throwing away a can and a block of rubber. All of the solvent is out of it. That's why it's not useful anymore. I'm going to get gored in the eye with one of these horns at some point. That was just a very close call. Take it on the fail army, kids. And I'm leaving this back here unglued so that there's some flexibility to put on and take off. I will have to cut some for the back ears. One thing we won't have tonight is the teeth in there. So Minotaur touch-up and final tomorrow, and the Cujo. I'm putting the contact cement on both sides, on the fur and on the mask, because that's how contact cement works. If I only put contact cement on one side or the other, then it would be a temporary bond that would easily come up. People who don't like contact cement as an adhesive are most likely using it wrong.
Buffalo is the main monster for white buffalo.
Awesome. I will watch that. I don't think I've seen it. But I did enjoy Boar, which was a Australian horror movie and had a giant boar in it as the main monster. Lovely film.
Michelle says, yeah, so the cool story behind this mask is Alan got his nose picked and almost took his eye out.
Yeah, let's see if I lose an eye before the end of it.
Say goodnight to Hall Staff's Animatronic Workshop.
Hall staff, good night, and thank you so much for joining us. It is always a pleasure to have you with us. And if you go to my channel page, you will see a link to Hall staff's page. That is how highly I think of his work. On my page, you'll see a link to Distortions and to Hall staff's channel, and that's it. There are people who give finished information, and there are people who kind of give raw information. And I really like that Hall staff gives that raw information for them, others to figure out what to do with.
Hall Staff says, always learning something new.
Yeah.
Alan, when are you going to work more on the werewolf feet?
Tomorrow, I'll be pouring them up. We've had a lot of wet weather lately, and it's going to take a couple days for them to cure. And that's just how it's going to be. They're so tubey, but it was very wet the past couple days, and it's super muggy right now even. But probably tomorrow.
Hall Staff says, thank you for that, Alan. And Beth Spiker, just beginning to say hi and have a great holiday weekend. You too, Beth. I hope you should have Monday off. I hope you have a little time to make more creepy stuff, because you don't sleep, so make that creepy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go make stuff.
Misty says, shop safety with Alan. Don't have your horns at eye level unless you're wearing glasses.
Yeah, the horns at eye level, by the way, are great for the actor. The people who the actor interacts with, you might want to be shorter than the actor.
Lisa says, excited to hear that Shannon and Alan are decorating this year.
Well, Shannon always decorates.
I always decorate, Lisa. Says, when is it too early to decorate outside? Where the oldest haunters debates.
I think your decorations can start going up September 1st. I think that is a fine number.
Stevenson's Metal. Thanks for the speed sculpt with the Jaguar. I have maybe 1 hour a day to watch anything with Moonscape.
Well, I'm going to try and do that. When I do the sculpting on Wednesdays, I'm going to try and do a speed sculpt of it like the next day or whatever. It all just depends, you know? It all depends on my time and how much I've got. Okay. Dry! We're drying.
Beth says, week off. Today my friend Rebecca helped clean my garage so we can make stuff.
Hooray!
Car Beauty says, what about the people who already have decoration year round? That's us, Hard Beauty. We have stuff up all year.
Yeah, we keep Halloween, you know. You can tell we're Halloween people when you look at our house.
Yeah. No, we have a lot of Halloween that stays up. Not all of it, but there's plenty to see.
Ear pattern. While my contact cement is drying, Alexa, count down 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
I'll cut out this ear pattern.
Okay, so I just picked up a Dollar Tree Jason mask, spent the day drilling holes to upgrade it. Now to weather it and add the chevrons to it.
Very cool. The red triangles.
Kirk Mattia, where have you been?
Kirk!
We were just talking about you.
Good to see you on, sir.
Good to see you, Kirk. He says it worked sneaking a peek, saying hello. We have to catch the replay. Kirk, good to hear from you. Isn't that funny how we go without hearing from someone for a while? I wonder how he is.
I miss him.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, because I
Is he
hang out with
okay?
him.
I hope he's okay. Checking on people. You guys pop on, we get very excited. Tina says, Halloween decorations. I thought it was home decor. It is for our house. Line Cook Jamie says, I wear my pumpkin t-shirt all year. Misty Jezereski, if I could, I would have my Halloween decorations up all year round, ever so often, either add or subtract. So it's always changing.
Yeah.
All right, Michael Aston. Our challenge this year is going to see if we can keep puppies from destroying everything. Herman Buster says, I am making an official roll. If it's in the store, game on. Decorate away.
Yeah. I'm with you. Now I cut these ears with a little bit of overhang so that they'll wrap around the front of the ear because I'm kind of going off of the hair pattern of a Highland cow, a Highland coo, which are hair, they have a little bit longer hair, and I just think that's going to be a nice look.
Tonight's Masters of the Universe, and these are sponsored by Speed.
You know what? I've been in pants all day. I would wear a loincloth. Like I bet they're very comfortable.
The camera wasn't on, you wouldn't have pants on at all.
I might. You're right. I would not have pants on if I was not on camera. I guarantee I could keep the camera up the whole time. I might not even have pants while I was doing a live video.
Have you ever done YouTube
Yeah.
Wednesday without pants?
Pants are for chumps. I've done several YouTube Wednesdays without pants. Well, I just don't point the camera there. And if you see my drawers, I edit them out. I've also been known to occasionally have plumber's crack in a YouTube Wednesday video, and I put a text over it. Yeah,
No
I'm a-
Pants Friday.
I'm a thinker.
Bob O'Brien, well, that would ruin your YouTube monetization.
It might improve my YouTube monetization.
Masada, get your marker ready, and he goes for the loincloth. Utility kids have pockets. Utility kills have pockets. Makes sense. Long, short haircut. This must know you have a tramp stamp.
I don't have any tattoos, actually. I don't have any tattoos. I don't have anything against tattoos. I don't want to pay someone to stab me a bunch of times with a needle. It just seems like a bad plan. Still not dry.
Wow.
It's wet out. While we're here, we'll paint up the hers. Alexa, stop.
How do you time to stop when Alan's Alexa?
Now, Mantra, is the state pumpkin shirt you're wearing in your Still Beats design? If so, are you doing all states?
This is not. This is from a friend of mine who does some shirts, and I may talk to him and see if he would mind if I did a couple other states. I do think it's worth doing. But this was not my design, so I would not steal it without first conversing or offering a cut or whatever. I try to stay pretty true to not stealing art. Gross. Definitely have contact cement all over my fingers. And it'll dry on your fingers 10 times faster than it dries on whatever it is you want it to dry on. You okay, love?
Yes, Deanna Powers does those.
Yeah.
She does those.
Yeah.
So hang tight, guys. I've got a.
I don't know if she has all the states, so I think she only has Texas.
Okay. She does a lot of states though. I think she can do every state.
Really?
Because I've asked her about this. Hang on just a second, guys.
Wife's working on it.
Got it.
Gross.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen shaggy Highland cows, but they're beautiful animals. They look very solid and sturdy, so I always want to punch one.
Okay, guys. So I posted the Facebook. She's working on a website right now. I posted the Facebook link to the lady who made the shirt. It's her design, and she does stickers as well, and she does do other states because I've seen them.
Oh, okay.
So you can go to that Facebook page. She has an email address. Her name is Deanna.
Oh, I got something on my shirt.
Deanna Powers, and she does do these. They're very reasonably priced, and the stickers actually also can go on your car, and they last a good long time. So give her some love. She does do them. I picture Alan using the still piece eye on text and get the shirt. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go, guys.
Wait on contact cement to dry.
Yeah, Stacy, that's Deanna.
I can't do both eyebrows. I can just do that one. Another minute.
Okay. I have two.
Hello, wife. I will just stare at you lovingly for the next minute or so that I have.
Did you tell him how Hopsmas came about?
You should.
Go on here. Okay. So in 2013, Dark Hour decided to open. It was like the last weekend of August. Any of you've seen Dark Hour, it's a massive show. And Alan nearly died, and I'm actually not joking about that. He will say no, but he really did. And I went weeks without seeing him because he just didn't sleep and kept on me. He just stayed there, so I never saw him. And he had a couple of hours on the Saturday of Labor Day weekend to come home. And I had to change of clothes for him and all this other mess, and I knew I wasn't going to see him very much. And even though he was going to be home, I still had, we had a chance to just go eat. We still had some places to go. So we ended up going to some of the stores looking for some of the Halloween things we needed to get. At least we got to be together for a little while. It was the first time I'd seen him in weeks. And I was pretty worried about it because he was looking exhausted and he was trying to get this show open. He had weeks to do it, and it was a massive undertaking. And so we went to At Home and Michael's, and we went to a bunch of places. And it was the best day because
Kirkland's, Pier 1,
yeah, Pier
World
1,
Market.
just look, World Market. Ooh, we gotta go there. Just looking at places just to see stuff, and we just had a little time. It was like this little window that we had, and then he had to go, and I didn't see him again for another 2-3 weeks. Not even kidding, not exaggerating on that. But because that was such a special day, and it wasn't even a day, it was like an afternoon, a few hours. Every Labor Day now, we have what we call hospice, and we'll go out and we don't go crazy, but we find something. This is really awesome. It's for the great of the house. I have 3 Halloween trees. I do not have a problem. I can put any time. And found ornaments or something that will go great on the Halloween tree. We'll do that. Just things that will go great with our Halloween decorations. So that's what tomorrow is, and it's awesome because it's just it's just like a little tradition. So tonight is Hospice Eve, and then tomorrow we're gonna go out and have a little fun. So
Yeah.
Well, you know what we should do? We should show them what we got tomorrow night. We go live.
What you mean is we should do a haul video.
Is that what that is?
It's called a haul video.
I'm not cool. Guys, I just remember an unboxing video was a few months ago.
A haul video is all the crap that you buy when you go out someplace.
I am always late for parties, so a haul video.
There is also something called a mukbang video, M-U-K-B-A-N-G, and it's when you go someplace and buy a bunch of food. Like someone might do a Taco Bell mukbang video, and they go like, "This is what $70 at Taco Bell got."
Oh no, I thought.
And they open up all that.
Like you went to a really nice store.
You could do one like that,
That's-
but that would be you'd have to watch out with your pinky up. Normally, mukbang is food that's terrible for you.
Well, anyway, tomorrow's the day, you guys. We're gonna have a whole video. I'm excited.
I want to hit some thrift store.
Yay! I got $20 in my pocket. Get her a cocktail, Mr. Hops. It's Friday night. Thank you, Zeal. Mama needs a beverage.
I gave her a soda.
And I think the rubber cement cubes are getting to Alan. Says that looks good, Alan. I saw a skull in the background, says Rodney Pope.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the Camp Fair. Very cool. Get in, you mean first Monday. Yeah, tomorrow is start being first Monday. Oh, Hard Beauty, what's your Halloween line? Please don't turn into the type of channel I would have to unsub. What is that, Hard Beauty?
Where they just follow trends, I bet.
Is that a trend?
Well, there's a lot of trends. There's a lot of YouTube trends.
Things I'm learning. Yeah, it is first Monday. Have fun, Denny. You're gonna have better weather for it.
What happens is that a lot of the time a channel will be doing well, and then they just get on the trend bandwagon, and they go a little crazy because they want to do what's popular.
This is popular.
Well, it's certainly a YouTube trend. Its popularity is, I guess, debatable. But yeah.
Harvey says no mukbangs or hauls regularly. Alan's saying and 100% right.
Yeah, now I might do a haul on occasion. I think I did one from Spirit last year, something like that. So yeah, not regular. But when Halloween stores are out, and honestly, I want to do it, not just look what I bought, but I bought this because, and I want to make this. Here's what I'm going to do with this thing. So I could, in theory, do a haul video from Spirit Halloween or whatever, and say, I got this stuff, and this is November's YouTube Wednesday projects. You know, and I'm going to make this out of this, and I'm going to make this out of this. Because I really do enjoy that, or if Transformation Tuesday becomes a thing, you know.
Stacy says, I think a Popsicles haul video is still on break. We'll see. I didn't realize that was a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah, you guys, I don't ever know. Okay, Hard Beauty is recommending a wine for me. Thank you, ma'am.
Like, you know, their unboxing videos, that's a thing. There are people, their whole channel is just them opening boxes. I guess it's people who don't get enough mail and they want to watch other people open mail. I like opening my mail. I don't necessarily want to watch someone else open mail.
I just, yeah. Well, you know what? You watch more of that. So, I don't know.
I don't watch unboxing
More
videos.
computer.
Yes, I watch way more YouTube. You watch a lot more TV than I do.
Which isn't much. Chris Rousseau, that thrift store haul video in which you were making a pirate costume is awesome.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a different animal. Like that's not like a straight haul video. That is, when it has a purpose, I think that's fine.
Mask is looking real boss.
Thank
I
you.
like the Transformation Tuesday. When is Transformation Tuesday going to start?
Well, as soon as I hate myself enough to have 2 planned videos every week.
I love reworking dollar store stuff.
Me too.
Tina says, I would love to see what you find. Cat Swift. She said our family would stop there at the end of travel so we could regulate our bodies. Where was that? I just think for some reason it's in the background. Big Monkey Fez says the thrift store pirate costume marathon was an excellent haul. And then make something video.
Yeah.
Hard Beauty says it looks like the goat's eyes are glowing. I like the color of these horns. Rue, women!
What's up, Rue?
Hey, Rue.
Baby, Rue is in town, and we may see him this weekend.
Great. It's always good to see Rue.
I might con him into coming over to the shop on Sunday. Hint, hint. Helping out. Hint, hint.
It's time to dress up Rue. Poor Rue.
Yeah. So we have the bones of the Minotaur here. Of course, he has no teeth in. He doesn't have any teeth in, and we haven't done any flocking yet. But all that is coming.
Gotcha, sounds good.
And I think we're going to stop here for the night because it's 10 o'clock and I need to rest up because my wife is going to drag me all over the planet for hospice tomorrow. But I feel like I got a lot done on him. He is well underway. We got to pop teeth in. We need to flock the rest of the face. And we're going to do some long hair in here too, the same way that we did on the 4-horned goat with some long brown hair. I believe that she also requested like a brown goatee. Maybe we'll do some beads in the goatee. And I might do some horn ornamentation. I think I'm going to ornament this guy up in the classic Taran style.
Can't see the top.
Tauren. That is a race of creatures in World of Warcraft. Right, because you're not cool. You don't know.
Michelle says, that's great, Alan. Can't wait to see him completed. Michelle's there. If you have any questions for her.
I don't think so. Michelle, you'll see him tomorrow night. Tomorrow night when I get home, I'll work on him. I'll be finishing up tomorrow night. So there you go.
Thanks, Rue. Happy Hopsmas.
Everybody, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I really appreciate your company here in the shop while I work on things. And wife, why don't you say good night?
Night. Thanks, guys.
And I say good night to all of you. And I say, go make stuff.